Cooking Up a Storm, sponsored by West Virginia Northern Community College Culinary Arts Program.
We're cooking up a storm at West Virginia Northern Community College, and it is summertime. It's getting hot outside. That means we don't want to be cooking inside. We're going to take things out to the grill. We want to eat light, and I think we have a good dish for that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is Darcy, Chef Darcy from West Virginia Northern, and Chef Kirsten, who's a graduate of West Virginia Northern as well. And what are we making here today?
It's a chili lime salmon with a street corn salsa.
Wow, that sounds great.
So.
Great meal for summer. It's something different too, because summertime you have burgers, dogs, steaks.
Mm-hmm.
Different. This is thinking outside the box. And speaking of thinking outside the box, this is kind of wow. This is a little trick so your salmon doesn't stick to your grill.
Right.
Okay.
So you can slice limes, or maybe you want to slice oranges or lemons or something like that.
Something of the citrus family.
Yeah.
We throw it right on there. So this isn't going to stick to the grill now, but you're also not going to get those fancy grill marks.
No, you're not going to get grill marks, but like I always say, I'd rather not have a mess of getting it off the grill.
Yeah.
And have it look nice.
And the best part is you can make salmon mojitos with the limes afterwards. Right? Put a little lime in the coconut. Now we're putting a little lime on the grill. I like it. Jimmy Buffett, this is how he grills his salmon, I heard. Yeah.
So if you had a traditional grill with a lid, you could shut the lid now and it would cook a lot faster.
Okay, but we don't have that luxury here.
No. We have this, but
we have a little lid.
Yeah. I don't know that we can get that on there.
Well, you could do two.
So, yeah.
So while this is cooking away here, we're going to come over and make the Mexican street corn.
Yeah, or street corn salad or salsa or whatever
you
want to call
relish,
it.
whatever we want to call it.
So this will accompany the salmon. This could also accompany chicken, shrimp, anything really.
Yeah.
But it could also go on its own. And this is something that you can make ahead of time if you were invited somewhere and you wanted to take something different, something flavorful. You don't have to take the salmon, you just take the salad.
And you could really eat salmon cold.
Yeah.
It's fine cold.
It's delicious.
You can take it somewhere, but.
Yeah.
Corn, everyone loves corn in the summertime.
Yeah.
Fresh, the farmer's market. Mm-hmm. But the best corn growing up used to be from a guy. You just go down the road and you saw a guy selling corn out of the back of his pickup truck. Yeah. That's the best corn.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. That's the best corn.
I agree.
When you were younger, did you use the corn little thingies, the knobs?
No.
You did?
No,
I didn't know.
See, I never did either.
Fun.
I never did either, but I had a cousin that they wouldn't eat the corn unless it had those little...
Well, I don't think I ever had to have it, but I just remember thinking they were cool because they were like little corns.
Yeah, they were cool, but
yeah. So we had them, so we probably,
Okay, so we got our corn on the cob.
So we'll bring this.
My mom, if she has bad corn, she always calls it, it tastes horsey. You ever heard of that before?
Yeah, I have heard that.
What are you talking about? It tastes horsey?
My mom says, that must be feed corn. That's what my mom always says.
Oh, okay.
So if it's bad corn. But sometimes I think corn's just bad.
How could my mom like,
so.
What, you eating horses? Like, it tastes like a horse. My mom doesn't eat horses. No horses were ever harmed. Okay, now we got some red onion.
We're going to do some red onion for color.
And a good taste. Red onion gives good taste there. Good bite.
So I'll use this fork. So a little fresh garlic, just really finely minced. We'll start off with a little fresh lime juice. And a little bit more. But, whatever.
We'll throw it all in.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I like a lot of garlic. We need to pick this up a little more. We gotta throw a little more in there.
Yeah. Good.
Kirsten, what was the one thing, if you want? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to scare away the vampires. What was the big takeaway what was the one thing you learned here that you really use on a daily basis?
Oh my, there's just there's so much.
Yeah.
When I'm cooking at my job or even at home, I take every single skill I've used here and apply it outside of here. It's just so much knowledge that they've given us that we can use on a daily basis. You can't really pinpoint it down to one specific thing.
Yeah. So we got salt, pepper. I was trying to think and then remember what ingredients we had there.
Salt, pepper, jalapeno.
Jalapeno?
Yeah.
Now, do you leave the seeds in the jalapeno?
I didn't this time because I wasn't sure if they were hot or not. So.
But if you want it hot, you leave them in.
Yeah. And
when I dice up my jalapeno or anything that's a hot pepper, I always wear gloves.
yeah.
Because otherwise, especially if
Yeah.
you have like cracks in your skin,
Yeah, or you wear contacts.
it hurts. Yeah, and
If
then
you
you rub
put,
your eyes.
yeah, if you put contacts in, the oils
Yeah.
will actually stay on the contacts. It's crazy.
So wear gloves if you're cutting up
Yeah.
a spicy pepper.
So I'm gonna put a little bit of this chili powder right in there.
Chili powder.
Yeah. Whoops.
How about some smoked paprika if you had that in there?
That would be
that
good.
give it a
Yeah.
little? I
That
love
would be
smoked
good.
paprika.
So we do have a lime mayo that we made, a chili lime mayo
Okay.
that we can drizzle on the top.
Ooh,
So you can add mayo now to give it that
creamy
complete
texture.
flavor.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do. I think that we should finish it with the mayo, maybe instead. What do you both think? Or should we put some mayo in here?
Maybe just a little bit of mayo.
could put a little mayo
a
in.
binder.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
All right.
and then we could throw the other because I do like that lime chili. That I feel like that's
Yeah.
gonna give it a good.
Okay. Smells really good already.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
This
that's
is great
nice.
because it's light. You know, we don't want to dump in a whole.
Yeah.
We're trying to watch our figure in the summertime. You know, we got to get into bikinis. So we want something nice and light
Yes.
to eat.
All right. So
Green onion.
we'll save. Yeah. I'll actually just put a little bit. We'll save some of these for the end
Little
to
garnish.
garnish. Everybody likes cilantro.
Everyone, yes.
Yes, we all
but
like
there
it.
are people that
All
don't
right.
like cilantro.
Well, we're gonna
They-
put some in.
They think it
but
tastes
if,
soapy.
But if you were taking this somewhere, maybe you just top it with cilantro.
Yeah.
That way people could pick it off. But
I think cilantro, especially in a salsa, it really gives it
Yeah.
a great flavor.
it's almost that flavor that you can't really figure out. Like I know when I make fresh salsa with garden tomatoes,
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, that's so good!" But I feel like a lot of it has to do with the
cilantro.
fresh tomatoes and the cilantro.
But meanwhile, if you ate, I mean, not that anyone's like watching the game and snacking on cilantro here, but if you ate it by itself, it does kind of have like a
Yeah,
soapy kind of
yeah.
Yeah.
a scent to it.
So you can use feta cheese if you don't have
Feta.
you can use feta if you
Or
don't have a
use a
queso
Mex-
fresco or
Yeah.
some kind of Mexican cheese.
Yeah, no one's
So,
gonna know the difference. It's white
no.
cheese that crumbles.
Yeah, and it's salty, briny. It's really
Yeah.
good together. Okay, so let's taste that and see if it needs anything added to
Yeah,
it.
I'll take a taste.
And I'm going to check on the salmon.
You actually want me to take a taste?
Yeah. Let's see if we need to.
Oh, I think that tastes pretty good. It's sweet, very subtle heat from the jalapeno. I don't think I'd add too much to that.
Good to go?
It's good.
Let's see.
When you whip that up in no time.
Yeah, it's nice, fast. You know, more pool time. That's what we need.
Well,
in the
exactly,
summer, so.
yeah. And you know, sometimes we go to fancy restaurants, and you know, you go to a restaurant and they serve this, and it's like, oh, I would never make that at home. But you just saw. I mean, this is just simple ingredients here. This isn't anything that takes a lot of
Yeah, I like
time.
that. All right, so
We got our limes.
limes and the onion. We have the mayo. Okay, I'll bring this over here.
I gotta quiz you, Kirsten. What
Yes.
what's the definition of the word that we have everything prepared?
Mise en place. I actually do have a mise en place tattoo.
Really?
Yes.
I need to get one of them because I always forget the word. Now I know what to get, a mise en place tattoo. See, I can't even say it still. Mise en place.
Mise en place.
I'm gonna make just like a nice little bed of this.
When you went and got that tattoo, did they look at you a little odd? Like,
They were wondering the meaning
Yeah,
behind it.
yeah.
I got it right after I graduated this program.
okay.
So.
Does that come with the graduation of the school? You
I
get
wish.
The tattoo of your choice?
All right.
Now we got our salmon. And what was on the salmon? I don't know if we
Um,
talked about that.
Fresh lime juice, fresh garlic, salt, pepper, and a little of the chili
Now,
powder.
when you're using lime juice with especially like a seafood or like a shrimp, you have to be careful, right?
Yeah, because
it
it'll start
will
to cook it.
So you got to be,
Yeah.
especially like a marinade. You probably don't want to marinate shrimp in a lime juice.
Yeah.
Or
You, you can start to cook it, so
Yeah.
you want to be careful with that. So,
I tell you, that
do
looks
this.
pretty. Doesn't that look beautiful?
Do do some of that.
Oh my God, I'm gonna take a picture of this. This looks fantastic. Can I take a picture of this?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like,
I think we add a little.
look at that. It's not even done
So-
and I'm taking a picture of it. We gotta put some of it, you gotta drizzle some of the mayo on
I know,
top,
I keep
too.
forgetting the last thing.
Oh, I tell you, margarita with this.
So we always like to shake it up a little bit and get
Just
it
like
to
the margarita.
get it to the tip so it doesn't go. Whoa.
Yeah.
So
Oh, so that's a good trick right there. Shake it up a bit. Yeah, look at that.
So that way
that's how
it
you get
comes-
those pretty lines. Otherwise, you're gonna get a big
a
blob.
little bit more.
I'm not gonna take another picture because that looks
Okay.
fantastic.
And then
Wow.
if we want to, if you want to do some
A little more
cilantro, maybe a little around there.
I would say it's a low-calorie meal, right? So
Yeah,
not a whole
yeah.
lot of, besides the mayo.
The mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But salmon's a good fat.
Yeah.
So they say.
Yeah. All right.
Isn't it amazing with salmon? You ever see those like nature videos of salmon, how they like swim upstream?
I
and
know, and they
legs,
go
and then
back to
die?
where they. Yeah.
It's like kind of like a. And
They-
then the bears. I mean,
I
just for
know.
that salmon to do that, it's
I know.
amazing. And then we eat them. You know,
I know.
It's kind of like
I know. They go back to where they.
yeah, first.
Where they
Especially
first
like up in
came from.
Alaska where they But then there's like all these
You wanna
obstacles
try it
for
again?
them.
You
Yeah.
wanna try it? Go
Oh
for it?
yeah.
Okay. Let me turn this off.
After you,
Oh, thank you.
mise en place. You may be the only. You're definitely the only one I know with a mise en place tattoo.
Oh, really?
Do you know anyone else?
I think I know one person.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did they graduate from here? Just say yes.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna try it.
That is
Like it
fantastic.
together?
Yeah. I mean, it's simple. It's light. That's a perfect summer dish right there.
So the salmon, we had we have a meats, poultry, and seafood class, and they learned how to break down sides of salmon. So they learned
Portion
how
size?
to. Yeah, they learned how to take that giant side of salmon,
Yeah.
cut it into portions,
Put the
and
bones
take
in it?
take the skin off, take all the bones off,
Yeah.
or the bones out. Excuse me. Yeah. So we decided to use it for this. So
Ah.
we thought that would be nice.
That's got to be a tricky thing in the restaurant business when you're doing that because you don't want someone to choke on a salmon bone,
No.
Oh,
right?
no.
I mean,
No.
that would be bad. Mm-hmm. So yeah, what is the trick to taking out a bone? Sorry, I see that. Kirsten can do it. She knows.
Just like run your hand across the tops, just feel those little pin bones,
you'll
and
feel it.
then take a pair of tweezers
Okay.
and just pull it
Pull them
out.
out. And they do make
Don't
fish
use
tweezers.
the same tweezers you use for your nose hair.
No,
You don't want to do
no.
that. Use separate tweezers,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Just want to make sure I clarified that. Make sure, yeah. Just want to make keep everyone safe out there.
Yes.
You know, we don't want to cross-contaminate things.
So, yeah, they do make special fish tweezers. Actually.
Yes.
Special.
Yeah.
Where do you
Yeah.
go see that? Your fish expert.
Yeah, I bet you could get them at the
Fishmonger.
in the strip or
Isn't that a thing,
something.
a
Yeah,
fishmonger?
a fishmonger is the person that.
That's a great
that sells
title.
the
I would
fish.
love to be a fishmonger.
I know.
Like, how do you
I know.
become a fishmonger? Do you have a degree here? You can get a fishmonger degree?
I don't know. That would be pretty cool, though.
That would be. It'd be a great degree. I think you
think it
gotta
would be nice.
expand it. It'd be a fishmonger degree here, you know? Honestly.
Or fishmongerology or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I was telling you. Perfect dish. Summertime. You're having a pool party. You want to impress. You know, my big thing with this is I want to make this, and I am probably going to make it, but my family doesn't eat salmon, so I'd be the
Okay,
only
so you
one
could
who
do
eats it.
chicken, or will they eat chicken?
Yeah, they'll eat chicken.
I mean, imagine that with a steak. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Even with that chili lime mayo, or
What
maybe you
kind of-
make a
what kind of
chimichurri
steak?
or something.
Strip?
You can do a strip or a
Skirt?
fillet or something. Yeah, you could do a skirt steak. You can marinate that a little longer in that same marinade.
Endless
Then-
possibilities.
I mean, there's so many things. So,
Well,
yeah, that
thank
would be
you.
nice.
Thank you
Yeah.
for this great dish. Thank you, Kirsten, for stopping over, saying some kind words about West Virginia Northern as well.
Thanks for having me.
And until next time, we're cooking up a storm.
I was the first in my family to go to college.
I was looking to switch careers.
I wanted the highest quality, but most affordable option for a degree.
No matter where you are in life, West Virginia Northern Community College can make your dream of a college degree a reality. With over half of our students being first-generation college students and free tuition for many programs, Northern is the right choice for you.
I can go to college. West Virginia Northern Community College. You belong here.
Cooking Up a Storm, sponsored by West Virginia Northern Community College Culinary Arts Program.